Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, there are some things that I don't want to get too deep into the woods right now, but weeds, woods, wherever we're going. But if you watch this show on a daily basis, we have talked about the OFA, all right? Organizing for Action. That's Barack Obama, Organizing for Action. We have talked about that over and over and over, okay? And then we have talked about, what else have we talked about? The National Democratic Redistricting Committee led by Attorney General Eric Holder, the NDRC. Now, top research in our research department here, SP sent me an article this weekend, and I really enjoyed the article, and I thank SP for the article because I'm reading National Democratic Redistricting Committee, and I feel like I'm alone some days out there in the wilderness. There's other talk shows. There's going to be all day long on talk shows. There's going to be more interest in, domestic violence. Easy. There's going to be more interest in the memo that the Democrats sent and how will that play in the 2018 election and, Trump and so forth. I like to have the stories that we do that are right now, today, in our face, but I also like to talk about the things that will come out in the future that we better watch for. So on the Me Too, we'll call it hashtag Me Too world, all right? They are setting up a couple things here. They're setting up, I have two major fears in the 2018 election. Okay? One, the death of the Tea Party. I will explain, damn it. All right? One, the death of the Tea Party. And two, the suppression of the women's vote for a Republican. Now, why do I mean that? Voter suppression, okay? Now, you hear on a daily basis, Democrats yell voter suppression for minorities, okay? But there is a major campaign to suppress the women vote for Republicans, okay? They want to stop you ladies from going out there. They even want to go as far as to embarrass you, to make you think less of yourself, to make you think that you are not how do I put this, Amanda? Tell me if I put this wrong, if I come across wrong. I'm asking women out there not to be used and not to be treated dumb and not to fall for what the media is trying to create to stop you from voting for Republican candidates.
That was good. There you go. Okay.
I'm asking you because do not be disrespected. If you are out there and you do not want to be disrespected, don't allow the media to continue to disrespect your intelligence. Because I don't. All right? And we're not going to spend the 2 hours on domestic violence, but in no way whatsoever is domestic violence okay. But be careful, people. Be careful. There's a lot out there, and they're trying to, there's two things. I told you, two things that I fear in 2018 is the attempt to stop all women from voting Republican on any front. And the second attempt is for you to stay home. That's right, stay home. So you got your hardcore conservatives that have been lied to. I would like for you to call your representative today and say, tell me exactly why you voted for the spending bill. Now be careful, because immediately your Republican congressman, immediately your Republican senator is going to open up with the military. You have to touch the bear. They're going to open up with the military, okay? They're going to lead you and I to believe that we are so unpatriotic if we do not give the Pentagon the largest budget they've ever had in history. You see, Ronald Reagan truly, this should be a, I don't know, I just don't get enough time. Ronald Reagan truly rebuilt our military. Truly rebuilt our military, okay? Now, we had the military might to sweep through Iraq, and we had the military might to sweep through Afghanistan, okay? And we had the military might to do several other operations in the world. We've had the military might to, decimate ISIS within a year, okay? But do we have the major arsenal ready to go up against a China, a Russia, a large battle, which we're all hoping we don't encounter? I don't know. But Ronald Reagan's military spending did peace through strength. Now, let me explain something. I know, damn it, this is twice this morning I explained something. But let's go back to Ronald Reagan and the Republicans that are lying to you today when they tell you we have to rebuild our military. Ronald Reagan outspent the Russians, the USSR. We got into an arms race that Ronald Reagan knew the USSR could not keep up with. Ronald Reagan bankrupted the USSR in an arms race. Just go Google it. You're going to fact check me and say, well, no, that's not exactly. Google it, okay? Ronald Reagan knew the faster, remember Star Wars? Remember that? Ronald Reagan knew the faster he rebuilt the military, the faster he brought out stealth fighter equipment, whatever, the faster he moved, that the USSR would try to keep up, and they could not. And Gorbachev. So Ronald Reagan won an arms war without firing a shot. Whether you're okay with the amount of money he spent on the military or not, it's neither here nor there. Now, we're told that we're rebuilding our military. We have ships that won't sail. We hear the whole list of things that's wrong with the military. Now, your congressman and your senator are going to come out and say, we didn't have 60 votes. So it's our now patriotic duty to spend $500 billion. It's our patriotic duty to invest new billions of dollars, not cuts, billions of dollars in social programs throughout this country. It's patriotic. Call your congressman today and ask them, why did you vote for this? It's the deal we had, Paul Ryan said. Do you remember the lie? I can see what this day's going to come to, okay? Do you remember the lie Paul Ryan told us? You remember it was baked in the cake. while John Boehner of Ohio was Speaker of the House, and he came out and abruptly resigned and retired to go back to Ohio and smoke cigarettes and drink brandy. Remember that? But he happened to have everything ready for Obama. Sometimes I get blown away with who does not keep up with this. It's so easy to read. So Boehner leaves for Ohio, and before he leaves, he sits in the center of the Speaker of the House desk, the omnibus, the bill that stops all debt ceiling discussion, the bill that gets Obama completely through his administration, the bill that gives Obama all the spare time he needs to investigate, interrogate, look into President Trump. Okay, wiretap Trump Tower. Obama had nothing to do for 2 years. Everything was set for him. He was able to campaign. At no time was he debating a debt crisis. At no time at the end of his administration was he discussing a government shutdown. At no time during the end of his administration was he discussing the debt ceiling. No, not at all. Obama had plenty of time to apply himself, and he didn't have anything in the way to POTUS wants to know everything going on. He's got nothing else to do. Lisa Page says to Peter Strzok, POTUS wants to know everything. Obama had plenty of time to do everything he could to help bring Trump down, because John Boehner left and it was on the desk. And then Paul Ryan's answer was, it was baked in the cake. It was sitting there ready to go on my desk. I had to go through with it. I had no other choice, but it'll be different next time. How much video do we have of Paul Ryan discussing when he gets his opportunity as Speaker of the House? So just last week, Paul Ryan looked at you and I, the American people, and Paul Ryan said, you know what? It's the deal we had. Oh, hell, now I know why. It's the deal we had. It's the deal we had. What we're going to do, it's the deal we had. We know we lied to you. Okay? We know we just increased domestic spending and social programs by billions of dollars. But it's the deal we had. I told you last week, look at Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell coming down the hallway together. Really, folks? Call your representative and ask them, say, why did you support this? Well, we didn't have 60 votes and we needed to fund our military. Oh, I get it now. If I'm concerned about how you spend the money and the military comes up, then all of a sudden I'm not patriotic. I get it now. I understand. I totally get it. Whoa. I'm sorry. Where's the Tea Party outrage? Where is it? I could take a whole show and tell you exactly why the Tea Party's dead today. And I'm going to set one up. It's dead. Don't tell me it's not dead. Oh, we have a meeting. It's dead. All right. Man, I think I went off the rails, but I tried to hold it together. I tried to keep the train on the tracks, but I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from or not.
No, I don't. No.
You don't?
No.
You don't understand where I'm coming from?
Of course I do. Look, your bear's right there staring me in the face.
All right. Obama-backed committee targets races in 11 states, including, thanks SP, including Georgia. Okay? Columbus, Ohio, a Democrat group backed by former President Barack Obama said this week it plans to invest millions of dollars in state-level elections in 11 states this year, with its heaviest focus on Ohio. The National Democrat Redistricting Committee, where have you heard that from? Here. Okay, led by former Attorney General Eric Holder, said this year's election cycle is critical to affecting congressional redistricting process. It is the first cycle whose winners will participate in drawing congressional maps for the decade starting in 2021. So, I have yelled, Congressional Redistricting Committee, Eric Holder, Obama, they have to win this year, okay? Because state senate, state representatives, they have to win this year. And they're going to work hard, okay? They're going to work hard because if they can redistrict the maps. You know, Amanda, I am so damn correct on this. I mean, it's just one of those things to where I've told people over and over, when they complete this process, Republicans can no longer win. At no way can they win. But no, I've been telling you, in the next state house representatives will redistrict their states. When they redistrict their states, they will be able to draw them in a way that favor, okay, Congress. The push comes amid a bipartisan national concern that political gerrymandering, the process of drawing maps that benefit one party over another, has led to a partisanship gridlock and incivility in Washington. In 2011, Republicans created gerrymandering districts that locked themselves into power and shut out voters from the electoral process. This is what Eric Holder said, okay? Holder said, announcing the group's electoral targets on Wednesday. By focusing on these states and local races, this is Eric Holder, which has not ruled out a run for president in 2020. What the hell is wrong with you people if you're not listening? I'm sorry, that was mean. I should not take on the viewers, but it just gets me. We got to pay attention. I mean, you know, there's more time spent looking up a damn emoji this morning than paying attention to anything that has to do with sustaining this country as we know it, or we once knew it. In 2011, Republicans created gerrymandering, okay? That is what Holder said, and announcing the group's electoral targets on Wednesday. By focusing on these states and local races, we can ensure Democrats who will fight for fairness have a seat at the table when the new maps are drawn in 2021. The group is targeting races in 11 states, including 9 gubernatorial races, 18 legislative chambers, 2 ballot initiatives, and 2 down-ballot races. 8 more states are on the committee watch list. Okay, although Ohio, okay, is the top, here are the other states. Colorado, governor, state senate. Florida, governor, state senate. Georgia, governor, state senate. Michigan, governor, state senate, state house, ballot initiative. Minnesota, Nevada, North Carolina, state senate, state house. They're going after the state senate and the state house in North Carolina to go with their state Democrat governor in North Carolina. Pennsylvania, governor, state senate, state house. Texas, state house. Wisconsin, state senate. Okay? I'm telling you now, I have paid attention to this from day one, the redistricting, and they're going after it. They're going after it, and I've said that over and over. And Georgia, you know, North Carolina, Raleigh, let me pull that story up. Will you look a story up for me, Amanda? It's the Q, is it the QE2, Amazon's QE2 headquarters? HQ2?
Amazon HQ2.
Yeah, Amazon. Look up the story about North Carolina senator or something, or pastor, or religious group saying that it will make the state too gay or something like that. I swear to God. I swear that. Just look it up. Put that in a Google search. Tell me if you find something. Okay, Netflix. Let me move this story right along. All right. In the state of Georgia, we're always hearing our politicians, the governor, the gubernatorial candidates, okay, are all trying to sell us out here in rural Georgia that elect me and I will make sure you have internet, okay, fast internet. But on put up that picture I've got of Jay Powell, a Republican. Now, would you agree Netflix tax proposed to help fund rural Georgia internet? A bill introduced last Thursday proposes imposing taxes on streaming services like Netflix to help raise money for state subsidized internet expansion in rural Georgia. The legislation, House Bill 887, requires customers to pay sales tax on video services such as Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime Video, as well as digital music and ebooks. I wonder if that would include us. I mean, I wonder if the language would be written to anybody that provides an on-demand service. If you go to fyntv.com right now, Amanda, which we have our on-demand, and we got that now that'll show 50, right, Amanda?
Yes, it will show 50.
50 of the most recent. So if you go to fyntv.com right now, you can click on demand and you'll get the 50 most recent shows that we have broadcast on FYN-TV, right? And then you can even go into a calendar, right?
Yep, that's right. And it's all in descending order, so it's all out, laid out there, ready to go.
But I wonder if the language would be any on-demand service. I mean, would it be streaming? We're streaming. The legislation, House Bill 887, requires customers to pay, but that'd be the customers. We don't require the customers. Anyhow, sales tax on video services such as Netflix, Prime, and digital music, in addition to new communications tax, would cover all phone and TV services, include a new communication tax, just a new tax, a new communication tax. In addition, a new communication tax would cover all phone and TV services, including cell phones, internet phones, satellite TV, which aren't currently taxed. Oh, we found something that is not currently taxed. I swear to God. Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta quit saying that. That's just. But I love when politicians get in a room and say, "Can we find something that's not currently taxed?" Because let me tell you, they cannot stand. They cannot stand when someone like myself can read their language. Understand? See, I don't speak Mandarin, right? Chinese, right? Is that Mandarin? I don't speak another damn language. Hell, I don't even cover English very well, all right? But I do know this. Politicians can't stand that I speak their language. Because, you see, if you have a tax and you increase it, the word increase tax, the sound of that. But if you find things that are not currently taxed, and you make it sound like, okay, we're not taxing you, we're found some things that are not currently taxed, that we can bring revenue into the state to provide more things for you. All right, let me break this down. In addition, a new communication tax would cover all phone, TV services, including cell phones, internet phones, and satellite TV, which are not currently taxed. Folks, the minute they do any of this, Netflix, Hulu, all right, now, I got Hulu, all right, damn, and there's no A there, Amazon Prime, all right, as soon as they do, they're going to pass it to you. They're going to pass it to you. Then the state government would use its new revenue to supplement companies' cost of providing internet to 16% of Georgians who live in rural areas without online access. The rural internet legislation is the most significant result of recommendations made by the House Rural Development Council in December. State laws say internet access is essential to business growth and sparingly populated areas of the state. You can't retain a business, much less attract a new business, if they don't have access to data and access to the internet, said House Ways and Means Committee Jay Powell, Chairman Powell, the sponsor of the legislation. We're hoping that what we do is broadband service in rural Georgia in 5 years or so. BS! BS! You've been telling us that we're going to get broadband in rural Georgia in 5 years or so 10 years ago. Last 3 election cycles. Don't fall for this garbage, okay? 60. Now, I get so worked up over this for a reason. Google this. I think $7.4 billion. Write Rural Communication Act on there. The National Rural Communication Act, and type in there, Amanda, now I'm doing this from memory. I don't want to type it because I want to see if I'm right, because then I want you to tell people if I'm right or wrong. But write like $7.4 billion in Rural Communication Broadband Act, or Connect America Broadband Act for rural America. That's what it was called, Connect America. And when you do that, give me a thumbs up. All right? How much we spent on Connect America already. All right? 16% of Georgians who live in rural areas without access. House Bill 887, folks. Amazon Prime, digital music, and e-books. Okay? That's a new tax. So Georgia wants to, this guy calls himself a Republican. Jay Powell wants to put a new tax. See, on areas that are not currently taxed. They love that. And they're going to get rural America internet, high-speed internet. It's a shame. Did you find anything? It's called Connect America.
Nothing on Thrive yet. I think we're phase 2 in the next year.
Of Connect America? Put Obama stimulus. Put Obama stimulus. Connect America. Internet, Connect America. My God, I'm not going to stop till I'm correct here.
$50 million grant from the $7.2 billion stimulus funding pool for broadband projects.
Wait a minute, 7.2, and what did I say? 7.4, 7.5?
Yeah, I think he said 7.4.
And that was from memory. But $7.2 billion of Connect America, right?
That's right.
Nothing like politicians to continue to help find funding for you and I to have rural broadband. What the hell? Seems like just yesterday they were going to get rid of Obamacare. What the hell? It seems like just yesterday they were going to balance the budget. What the hell? It seems like just yesterday they were going to go over there and stop wasteful spending. What the hell? Now, $7.4 billion, Connect America. Here's what they won't tell you, folks, if you'll take the time to research. Research all of the rural internet providers in Georgia that received money from Connect America that could have you high-speed internet now and chose not to. Interesting. I'm your host, BKP. I better take a break. I just was not going that direction. I just knew when I heard tax, untaxed. Let's just take a break.